Hello and welcome to today's podcast. What I wanted to share this week is a special week of episodes, which is all about wholesale. It's such a crucial time for wholesale to really make sure as a brand that you have got all your boxes ticked, making sure that you are ready to approach retail stores and buyers, making sure that you have considered how that revenue stream is going to grow in 2025. So what I'm going to do is have 5 days of episodes dropping this week, all about wholesale. And these are going to be some of my either most popular or what I think are the most useful for if you are a brand and you want to wholesale. I also have a special new training for wholesale too, which is a video webinar training, which I'll put the link in the show notes for you as well for that. So let's roll in with Wholesale Week, bring it on. And then if you're a retailer, don't worry for all the retailers out there, I'm going to run a week for retailers as well the following week. So look out for that. Can't wait to share these episodes, which are either the most popular episodes from the last few years or they are new episodes that I've dropped just for this purpose. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't already so that you don't miss an episode. And I so would appreciate if you could drop a review in the Apple Podcast app. And if you don't know how to do that, let me know, DM me, and I will share with you exactly how to do it. I'm going to start reading them out on air and really share and showcase all the different amazing people who support me here as well. So thank you, and I look forward to sharing more. Bye. Welcome to the Lotco Business Podcast, a show all about helping you as a retailer, brand, or creative understand the actual business side of running your business. I offer straightforward, practical advice about the nitty-gritty of making money from your creative passion. We will be covering bite-sized business and marketing lessons as well as interviews with experts and trailblazers in the fashion, homewares, and design industries. My name is Melissa Robbins. I'm a business coach, colour-loving, non-coffee drinking Melburnian. Let's get into it. Hello and welcome to today's episode. My name is Melissa Robbins. Thank you for being here, and I am super excited to share with you some hopefully insightful tips and some things that will help you run your product-based business. Now, whether you're running your product-based business, I talk about that a lot in that terminology. What I mean is if you've got a brand that you sell products, you also could have a retail store, and hopefully some of the things that you're learning here and can pick up will help you run your business and run it in a way that gives you more profits, because that is one of my key areas that I like to focus on, because guess what? I've had my own product business, I've had my own retail store, and sometimes they were profitable and sometimes they weren't. So these are the things that I now focus on because I wish I had known when I had my businesses and, before I got to the point where I had to make some changes so that I could then in the end sell my businesses too. So what I like to focus on is how to make your business a profitable product-based business, and making sure that this is a business that brings you an income, brings you satisfaction and joy, and you love the journey along the way as well. All right, today what I'm talking about is wholesale catalogues. Now, you may call them all a variety of different things, whether they're lookbooks, whether they're line sheets, whether they're retail catalog, wholesale catalog, or a similar thing in terms of what I like to refer to as a wholesale catalog is what you're using to sell your products to buyers. So it is something that should be sent to buyers either in a physical form and or a digital form, and it's something that showcases your range. So basically allows people to buy your product. Now, a lot of people ask the question, do I need a catalog? And the answer, of course, is, because I'm sitting here talking about it, is yes, you do. And if you want people to buy your product and get it into their store, then you cannot expect them just to go on your website and order from that. They actually need somewhere so that you showcase the whole range in one format. And ideally, you would have a physical version too, because some people buy better when they've got that physical print in front of them. At trade shows, sometimes you need to give people physical catalogues. You may send out samples and actually send a physical catalogue with it. Lots of buyers like to work in the physical form still, especially after all the years of buying digital. They like to have that option to actually have a physical catalogue in front of them as well. And you definitely do not need to make a 47-page catalogue that's costing you $12 each to print. That is not necessary. Ideally, your catalogue would cost you less than $5, and it can be between a 2 to 8 page, 12 page at the most, so that it can be viewed in an easy format and buyers can quickly get to the point of what your product is and showcases your range. Obviously, some people, if they've got thousands and thousands of SKUs and they actually have lots of different products, like I used to buy from a toy company and they would have that sort of catalogue that come out. That may be slightly different to most of the product businesses that I work with that have one or two core products or categories, and they're selling that product range. So ideally, you would have a physical catalogue as well as a digital one. Now, part of my roadmap program, which is the Profitable Product Business Roadmap, which is the program which is all about how to run your profitable product business, is we dive into wholesale. And one of the things in there is that I run through, because I see it so often, how to make sure that your catalogue is succinct, to the point. It allows higher conversion rate because the buyers see it and they know exactly what all the information's in front of them. So you get a higher conversion rate by working on this catalogue. Now, one of the things that we do is I run through with every business in there what their catalogue looks like specifically, and we go through, and I to be kind, I probably do tear it to shreds at times, or just give positive reinforcement or feedback to make it better. Now, any one of you who's listening who's had that experience will know that I am straight to the point and I am honest, and I will let you know if it needs work. And most of the time, I've had lots of feedback that the buyers, in response to seeing these new catalogues, have said to the brands, "Oh my gosh, it makes it so much easier. Your catalogue is so much clearer. Thank you for making those changes and edits." So, feedback so far has all been pretty positive. So hopefully that's a good sign. So on that note, what do you need in a wholesale catalogue is at least these 5 things. I just wanted to put this point out there because, again, I just went through the life and style judging where on the scholarship, and I had 47 new brands to look at in their catalogues. And definitely one of the things I'm like, I wish that they had all of these things in there. Some of them had, and some of them had most of them, and some of them had 2 of them. But definitely if you can include at least these 5 things. All right. So number 1 is have your about page, the first page after your cover page, but make it short and sweet. And so your about page and your, intro into the brand should definitely be within 1 page. I've just saw one recently, which was, over 3 different pages, and it sort of, went into a whole spiel. I'm like, just get to the point. Tell me what your brand is and tell me quickly and succinctly. One thing in that about page I always suggest to clients is to make sure that you include icons. So similar to what I think you should have on your website is an icon representing your values or special features about your product that people can look at and glance at and see quickly without having to read information. Most people won't read blocks of text. It's just not the way that our attention spans are right now, that you don't do that. So when I look at your about page, I want to see, I want it to be short, sweet and succinct, to the point. Maybe a photo of you or maybe a photo of lifestyle photo within there, but also definitely some icons and some little, details about your unique selling points so that I can see them as soon as I glance at that page. Number 2 is prices. Ideally, you would have wholesale and retail prices. Now, if you're creating a catalogue that the stores to actually show customers, then you might not print the prices in there because they, don't want to show their customers the wholesale price. But if this is for buyers, if this is for when you're setting out to try and get new stores on board, put your prices in the catalogue because they don't want to refer back to the order form to figure out what the price is. Have it in front of them. And also include your retail price or your MSRP if you're US or RRP for Australian. Put that in there so then they can see the margin also. I want to know what margin I'm going to get. So make sure you have both of those prices in there and list them either under each of the products or maybe at the top of the page if all the products on that page are the same price. So definitely list your wholesale and your retail prices. All right, number 3 is imagery. You need good imagery in your catalogue. Now, you need to have lifestyle and product imagery. Your lifestyle imagery should be on the cover. It should be on, a couple of times maybe throughout the catalogue, whether it's in the about or the next page under. It doesn't have to be in next to each product. That is not necessary for a catalogue, but you definitely need to have some sort of lifestyle imagery to showcase what your product looks like in situ. So definitely have product imagery on every time that you're going through each of the categories that you're selling, and showcase as many of the color variations, if you have them, as possible. So your imagery needs to be a really good quality professional imagery, and it needs to include product imagery and lifestyle imagery. Number 4 is, I love this particular one, and I don't see it on many catalogs, is an overview page. Now, I have encouraged lots of my clients to make sure they include this overview page, because when you're a buyer and you're looking at lots of catalogs, and let's say that some catalogs are 10 pages, some catalogs are 50 pages long, I don't want to have to go back to the, scroll back up if you're on digital to the first page, or flick back if you're on physical catalog, to see things that I've seen at the start. Once I get to the end, I want to see an overview of all the products that you have available. Now, you may have a lot of products, so this might take up 1, 2, 3 pages. One of the brands that I work with, she had quite a lot of products, and hers took up 4 pages. But what it did is just gave buyers that overview and allowed them to go through the process of picking styles that they liked across the different categories, maybe matching up what they've bought or balancing out what the colorways that they've bought. So showcasing an overview section, and if you can fit it on 1 page or 2 pages, that would be great. You don't need to show detail in this section. You just need to show the style name, the price, and what colors it might be available in, so that buyers can either circle on the page or they can just see your range as one big picture. It's allow much better buying experience than just going back and flicking at individual photos as well, or individual pages. All right, so the last one here is making sure you have number 5, which is an how to order section. So you get to the end of your catalog, you get to the end of the range, you should ideally have something that says how to order, place your order, have a call to action to tell people what to do next. Whether it's listed out by number, like number 1, do this, number 2, do that, or whether you've just got your terms and conditions and then a statement that says to place your order, either email or phone, or go to our website and set up your account, whatever it might be, have a how to order section. Now, that is just really important to sort of like finalize and tell people what to do next. It's the same thing as on your website. You need call to action buttons. You don't just, you shouldn't just have a photo on there. You should have shop now, or go here, or view products. Telling people what to do, even though it seems unnecessary, it is definitely makes a difference to actually people making that decision to do things, to take that next step. All right, so 5 things that you need, and this is the bare minimum. I've got many other things that your catalog should potentially include in it, but 5 things your catalog definitely needs is a good succinct about page with some lifestyle imagery and some icons included in there. Straight to the point. Don't tell me your life story. Number 2 is prices. Include wholesale and your recommended retail price or your MSRP price. Make sure that price is included. Number 3 is good imagery, product and lifestyle imagery. Number 4 is overview page. Show me all of your products in 1 page or 2 pages, so that I can see it and make a better buying decision by seeing all of the colors and all the variations that you offer. Number 5 is to how to order section, a call to action. Tell me what to do next. So definitely make sure you include all of those things in your wholesale catalog. If you can do it in less pages, do it in less pages. You want to show detailed products, photos, but you don't need to showcase every single color and every single thing in your range, especially if you're doing a print catalog. But really, it's about how can a buyer buy your range without, giving too much superfluous information? Like, keep to the point, keep it succinct. They're looking and buying lots of things. You might give a more detailed, digital catalog than you do a physical catalog, but definitely keep it to the point. So I hope that has helped. I hope that you review your wholesale catalog and have a little think about, what's included in yours. Everyone who comes into my roadmap program gets the opportunity for me to go through theirs and really dive into it. I give you lots of examples of what they should look like, lots of examples of what your order form should look like, lots of examples of what your emails look like to send to your potential clients as well. So All of that information is included. And, I love being able to get that personalized aspect for people so that they can actually get that feedback on their particular brand as well. So it's so important to get that direct and specific about your product as well. Thank you so much for being here, and I look forward to sharing more with you soon. Thank you so much for listening to the Lotco Business Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, please make sure you subscribe to receive future episodes as they are released. And I'd be so grateful for a review on Apple Podcast. If you would like a copy of the show notes or any of the links mentioned today, please jump onto my website at thelotco.com.au/podcast. Have an amazing week, and I look forward to chatting to you again soon.